Hey everybody, today I'm going to be giving you guys a speech about Christianity. Real quick, I want to share with you guys something I read online. They did a survey in 2010 to see how many Christians there were in the world, and according to the survey, there were 2 billion Christians. The cool thing about that is in 1910, there was only 600 million Christians, which is a lot, but if you see 600 million compared to 2 billion, in 100 years, that's an amazing amount of people that have come to Christ, and it's just a huge testimony to the work of God. And it's hard to get that many people to believe something without the help of God, and so that's just something that I found really cool. Before I get into a couple deeper things, I kind of want to share with you guys what Christianity is to me, and anybody who is a Christian, I think, would agree with me on this. Two words I feel like kind of summarize what Christianity is amazing and fulfilling. To share my story with you guys, for about 2 years of my life, I was seeking joy in life and seeking a purpose in life through things of this world, and all I gained from them was lack of trust from family members, lack of trust from friends, and I was also just tearing myself down, and I didn't realize it at the time because at the time I thought, oh, this is the joy that I've been looking for, but it took me a while to realize that wasn't actually what I needed in my life. And growing up in a Christian family, I just saw my parents' Christianity, and I never really made it my own. But about 6 months ago, I really started to actively pursue a faith and a Christian life with the Lord. And so that's what I mean by amazing and fulfilling is I realized that having a Christian lifestyle is truly fulfilling, and it was what I needed. I just didn't realize it at the time. So I would encourage you guys also to have a Christian lifestyle. I'd like to talk about some doubts and some things why people wouldn't come to Christianity, and kind of give you my input on these things and why I am a believer. A lot of times you'll hear people say, how do you know God is real if you haven't ever seen him? And as a Christian, you have to have some of these things, which is faith, love, and trust. Faith is seeing without, or believing without seeing. And if I had a friend who came up to me and said, hey, I just bought a super nice new car, maybe a Lamborghini or something, I would say, I want to see it to believe it. But that's the amazing thing about Christianity is it's unique in that I believe in God and I have never seen him, but I have seen the power of him in other people's life and in my own life, that I never thought that I would have so much joy that I do now, even in the rough times, even in the hard times. And that is where my faith comes from. And also through that, you build a love and a trust that you can't really have through anything else. It's truly unexplainable, and I would encourage you guys to seek that out also, so you could understand what I am talking about. A couple things that, a couple facts that I want to share with you guys are some of the things that I think is really cool about Christianity and God and how he created the world. For those of you who've heard about the Big Bang Theory, it's kind of popular. And if any of you guys have ever seen an explosion before, all it does is destroy things, and the military uses it to destroy things and to get rid of things. And so I don't understand how the Big Bang Theory could be how this beautiful earth that we have in front of us. And I also think that some everyday things that we don't realize are so incredible, and that the glory can be given through God through birth and the earth that we live in. What I mean by birth is it's so cool that a woman can get pregnant and just 9 short months later she can have a baby. That's so cool that God made a woman in order to be able to carry a baby for 9 months and be able to feed it and be able to nurture it and have it in there. And then at the end of that 9 months, you can see that baby. That baby has a heartbeat, and it's just such a real thing. And I think that's just an amazing thing that God has done. And there's the earth that we live in. Like I was saying, I don't see how some explosion, the Big Bang Theory, could create the beautiful earth that we live in. Another thing I'd like to share with you guys is I once heard this kind of like analogy by someone, and it said, because a lot of people will say that Jesus was a madman, maybe he was a liar, but I believe that he is real. So I'd like to talk about those things. How would a lunatic have Some people would say that Jesus is a lunatic, but I don't think that a lunatic would be able to have 12 devoted followers, which were the 12 disciples, drop everything in their lives and follow Jesus if he was truly a lunatic. And even if they would follow him for those 3 years that Jesus was sharing the gospel, even after he died, these 12 disciples still lived out the work of God, and 11 of them died as martyrs. And John, he died of old age, but till the point of death, they all sought out Christ and lived a life for Jesus. Another one is people would say that he's a liar. When Jesus was on the earth, the Pharisees would call him a liar and say, "You're not the Messiah." But I've lied before, and I'm sure some of you have too. Actually, I know we all have. It's just something that is a human sin nature. But if I've lied about something, I would never be willing to continue a lie to the point of death, which with the Pharisees said he was a liar. But why would a liar die on the cross for something that he knew wasn't true? So obviously, that leaves me with the conclusion that he must be real. But when I say that, I don't want anybody to ever come to faith just because out of those three things I just said, real sounds the most logical. It's something that you have to seek out yourself and you have to truly be into. But being a Christian, to look at those things and to be able to hear that, it really kind of helps me understand more. And I just thought I should share that with you guys. In the church, you hear a lot of people talk about why they have either left the church or won't come to church with bad experiences, such as maybe a family member died, or they're going through rough times, they get laid off, maybe their wife left them. And these people went to church, they prayed about these things, they met with a pastor even, and asked for healing, asked for provision, and asked for help in all these things. And I'm going to be honest with you, I can't always explain it, and even a pastor won't even be able to always explain why good people die. But that's the thing, is through a relationship with God, if you seek him out, you'll start to have peace and clarity over some of these things. And even though you might not always understand it, God puts this peace in your heart that's unexplainable. And so by you trying to fulfill all these other things and these questions and turning away from God because of these bad experiences, you're never going to have that true peace and clarity over these things. And like I was saying earlier, the 12 disciples who were very strong followers of Christ, 11 of them died as martyrs. And they were doing the work of God. So it's not always that being a Christian is going to be easy, but like I said, it's going to be the right thing, and it's going to have everlasting peace. So to conclude this speech, I'd like to share two last things with you, kind of quick phrases. God is the way, the truth, and the life. And like I said earlier, it's not always going to be easy, but it's going to be the right thing. So I encourage any of you to live out a life of faith and to seek God. Does anybody have any feedback or anything they want to ask me?
You did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How long have you been a Christian?
Since I was like 4 years old, but
How long is that?
13 years. But the thing is I've been a Christian since I was about 3 years old, but it was kind of more of my parents' faith, not my own. So I would say that I've been like a true devoted follower probably the past 6 months of my life, but I have technically been a Christian since I was about 3 years old.
I thought it was well structured.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Is that it?
Good job.